Good afternoon, everybody. What is going on? I am Jeff GrantMEDIA, and today we are going to be taking a look at the Phenyx Pro PTU 4000 8-channel wireless microphone system. Now, Phenyx Pro reached out to me to ask me if I wanted to take a look at what's inside this box. I said, actually, I have a need for that, so yes, I will definitely take a look at your wireless microphone system. So they did send me this package for free, but I am not endorsed or affiliated with Phenyx Pro in any way. All of the thoughts in this video are mine and mine alone, and I have not shared them with Phenyx Pro prior to publishing this video. Okay, with the disclaimer out of the way, let me go ahead and tell you why I said yes to this. As you know, I do more than just backpacks, and I have done other microphones in the past, but with restrictions being lifted, there are a lot of training sessions that are going to be happening for the company that I work for, and me being the video guy, I get to record all of said sessions. So I actually usually record them, I edit some of them up, and then I post them online for our providers and technicians to take a look at, so they can learn how to work on different products. They get features, benefits, specs, blah 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 blah. But I do have 3 to 4 presenters coming up in the near future for some training sessions. I'll be filming in another probably 2 or 3 weeks. I'll be doing that. So I only have 2 lavalier mics, so instead of them stopping and switching, I've been running the 2 lavaliers and a wireless microphone. So I have this whole mess and menagerie of things going on. But this is going to simplify my life coming up. So let's go ahead and we'll take this out of the box and see what we have inside. Owner's manual, four antennas, the receiver, power for the receiver, quarter-inch to 1/8-inch output cable. Here are 4 of the microphones. Another 4 microphones. This should have 16 AA batteries, because each microphone takes 2 batteries. And these appear to be little molded rings that you will probably put on microphones to color code them. And there's a bag of colors. This way you know what mic is what. Now I'm wondering if there's any way to designate color on the receiver. Now, before we go any further, I would like to point out that this is just the wireless microphone system. This is the receiver, and each of these microphones are the transmitter. Now, you will need some way to either capture the audio or amplify the audio. This does not do any of that. You will broadcast your signal from the microphone to the receiver, and then the receiver will output that signal to a device, whether it be a PA system, or if you're going to be running into a camera, you will need to have some way to capture or project the audio once you get the system going and mounted. Now, this is also a rack mounted system, and you will see later there are actually some feet on the bottom as well. I do not currently have a rack system, so I will just be setting this on top of my PA system when we test this out. And we're gonna go ahead and do a spec rundown The frequency range is from 530 to 928 megahertz. It has an operating temperature of 10 degrees Celsius to 50 degrees Celsius. It has a working distance of 80 meters or 260 feet. This is an 8-channel wireless system. So let's go ahead and get the PA all set up and we will run through each of these microphones. Okay, as you can see, I have everything set up here. I have our transmitter, which is my microphone, the receiver, which is right here on top of my 400 watt PA system. This is a Yamaha system, not like that matters at all right now, but I set up 4 out of the 8 microphones. I figured 8 is a bit overkill, and I will in fact mostly be using this for probably 3, sometimes 4. So I will just be testing the 4 right now for today. I will say right off the bat, I have moved around a little bit. Now I am behind the camera. I am not getting any interference or any cutting out of the microphone. I am also not blasting the microphone, but a very nice feature is each channel has its own volume knob from the receiver. So right now I am trying to talk in a steady voice, and you can hear I am getting much louder. And one thing I will note is that the volume dial actually, it clicks into place. So that's actually, it's really nice. It has like an analog feel to it. So each increment you can feel the knob clicking, which is kind of cool. I like that it's got that bit of an analog flavor to it. And you can hear again I'm getting louder, and I'm going into input 1. Now I will say I did have to use now that I'm looking down, I didn't have to use a, hold on, let's do something here. Turn off the microphone. I did not look close enough. The cable is in fact 1/8 inch to 1/8 inch with an 1/8 inch to 1/4 inch step down, or sorry, the jack is 1/4 inch to 1/4 inch with an 1/8 inch step down attachment. So I had I can already hear it does sound a little more vibrant. There's definitely more volume in it since I'm not screwing up the chain. What I did was turn that down. I'm right next to it. I don't need it that loud. I had the 1/8 inch to 1/8 inch step down to 1/4 inch, and then I didn't realize that this was a step down, so then I stepped it back up to 1/8 inch to plug it into the PA system. So yeah, I screwed that up. But anyway, it does come with an adapter, so that is very nice. And each microphone is preset to the channel. So right now, you can see the green light going. I am on AF4, so I am on channel 4, RF4, and I was using the volume for channel 4. Now we're going to go ahead and switch this mic to one of the other ones and see if it works just as good as this one. Okay, we are on channel 2 now, so let's go ahead and blast that up a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and move around the room just a little bit. I'm not hearing any interference. I do have my cell phone in my pocket, and I am standing underneath a crappy beat up old shop light, and I am getting no interference. And this is again channel 2, so let's go ahead and switch to one more microphone. I'm sorry, let's do 2 more microphones. We're on channel 1 and channel 3. Because this is an 8-channel and I can do 8 mics at once, let's do 2 and see if we get any interference. And so far, so good. Nothing squeaking, nothing, I don't hear any interference, any static at all. Walking around again, heard something there, but I don't know if that was my knee, the crown, or the microphone. But we're going to go ahead and chalk that up to being part of my old man achy body. And we're moving around. And we're getting no interference. Now, this has, I believe, a 240-foot range
and I obviously cannot do that in the basement, so I am, that's why I'm moving around as best I can. I'm probably going to be about, say I'm 12 to 15 feet away from the receiver right now, direct line of sight, so I don't see why I'd get any interference right now, but nothing is happening. Now let's take a little bit of a closer look.
Now this is very hard to see because the screen on the microphone is rewriting itself, but it pretty much reads channel 3. It shows the strength of the frequency and the frequency it's on. It's at 561.0 megahertz, and you can see right here, channel 3, 561.60 megahertz. So each of the microphones are linked to their own channel. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, and if we pan, there is 5, 6, 7, and 8. And right here in the middle, we have our power switch, and you can see 4 of the volume knobs right here. And then if I talk, you can see the channel 3 light is in fact going on, and because I only have the one microphone turned on right now, you can see channel 3 is lit up. Now let me go turn another one on. Now you can see channel 1 is on, and now you can see both the lights for 1 and 3 because I'm talking to 2 microphones at once. So the interface is actually, it's pretty simple yet effective. You're getting a lot of information there, and you have a lot of control over your microphones. Now, each of these microphones, they're built pretty nicely. They're all aluminum, even the butt cap here, that is also aluminum. And you simply unscrew the bottom half, and that's where your batteries go. You can also see there's a little power button right there for if I press it. Now you can see the power is on. If I press it again, power goes off. So each of these screw on. They take 2 AA batteries each. Now the microphone kit came with 16 AA batteries. So you're if you want to just grab the box and go, you're set up. I would probably recommend throwing some name brand batteries in these because generally what I use is for just anything around the house, I'll just use IKEA batteries or Amazon batteries because they last forever, they're really good. But for audio equipment, I always use name brand stuff. I always use Duracell or Energizer batteries because you want to rely on the batteries. I know those batteries, I trust those batteries. They're going to work good. They're not going to die in the middle of something going on. I'll show you these batteries are just these Excel batteries, so I've never heard of them, just generic junk. I wouldn't trust these to do any actual like if I was aluminum. When I'm at work doing a training session, I would not trust these batteries. I would swap these out for some Energizers, and there is no designation on the receiver so you know what color each mic is. It is nice that they come with these different little color things, and there is an extra little caveat to these which I'll show you right now. So that's actually pretty nice. So when you set the microphone down, it doesn't just go rolling away. These little color-coded indicators prevent it from rolling. So that's kind of nice. So in addition to, if I hand you the, I'm gonna say that's more of a pink because this one's the orange. I hand you the pink microphone, you now know that you are always going to be using the pink microphone for the rest of your session. So they're color-coded, so I guess the users know which microphone is theirs. So especially in these trying times of 2021, you would be disinfecting these after every use. The one person can easily distinguish by eye what's their microphone that they're going to be using for their entire session and not cross-contaminate each other. So that is great. You have 8 rings because there's 8 microphones. So here's the other 2. We got purple and blue. So the microphones, again, they're well built. I like the construction. They're all aluminum. So I feel like if someone drops this, not having that plastic butt, that's gonna make this thing last that much longer, because if it had a plastic butt that hits the ground, that cracks, that's pretty much going to be end a game over for that microphone, because if that was plastic, you would probably be cracking the whole cylinder all the way up where your batteries go, and well, then you can't keep the batteries in there, or you're gonna have to gaff tape it up or something, and it's just not gonna look good. So I like that that is. Let's grab the receiver and we'll give that a quick once over. Okay, so here is our receiver, the front of which is not lit up because that's not plugged in right now, but you can see the readouts. This was 1 through 4, this was 5 through 8, and each of them have their own individual volume knobs, so you can dial each channel in individually for each speaker, which is really nice, especially since if you're running it the way I did and you use the single output, you are only going to be going into one channel of your PA system, so then you only have one volume knob for the whole thing. But if we take a look at the back side, we have here our power. That's where we plugged in our power. This is the singular out. That's the full mix for all 8 channels. That was the 1/8 inch to 1/8 inch, but each channel has its own XLR out. So you can actually take each channel individually and mix them your own way. So you can run these into your own audio capture device, your own PA system, and you can run each channel individually out. So then you have all of the volume knobs that you can dial in on each of the channels, and then you'll have your own individual volume, your own effects, all of your levels. You can change your mids, your lows, your highs individually for each individual microphone. So then you can have microphone, let's see what channel we got here. So channel 1 could be going out to its own individual channel on my PA system, and then I can have the mix from the volume directly on my receiver. Then I can do the volume, my mids, my highs, I can add effects, I can change my lows, all onto my PA system on the channel itself on there. So that's really, really nice that they're giving you a lot of options. And then we'll flip this around one more time. You can see there are 4 antennas going out. So we have, I'm gonna go ahead and guess 1 antenna for 2 channels. But all in all, I mean, the case, overall the case is nice. It's all well built. Again, there are feet on the bottom. So if you are not using the rack mounts, you can easily just go ahead and set this on a table on top of your PA system. So all in all, I really like these mics. They're nice. I like these little color-coded dongles. They help it not roll away, and it adds a little more grab and go for your speakers. Again, because the times we're in now, 2021, I don't think anyone's gonna wanna be sharing a microphone unless they absolutely have to. So if someone's using green, I hand you green in the beginning and I hand your partner a pink, they can tell at a glance what microphone is theirs. So all in all, I'm pretty satisfied with this kit. The 4 microphones I ran through today all worked great. I had no interference moving around, had my cell phone in my pocket, which could give you interference. I was underneath some shop lights, which could give you interference. I moved around the basement. Again, I couldn't get the whole 260 feet away because, well, I'm in a basement and I'm in a little studio, so I don't have that kind of space. But if you're in like a bigger hall and you pretty much have line of sight between your mic and your receiver, you shouldn't have any problems at all. You should be completely fine. Again, I only test the 4 instead of the 8 because in my own use, I'm probably not going to need 8 microphones at once. I will test the other 4 to make sure they work, but I'm very happy with the quality and the ability of these 4 that I did test. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring this into the office because I got some training sessions scheduled, and these are going to make my life a lot easier. So if you like this video or any of my other videos, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Smash that big red button and ring that bell right next to it so you get notifications next time I post a brand new video. Good night.